The crisis was terrible, and a rigid form with twisted limbs, swollen eyelids, and lips flecked with bloody foam lay on the bed of torture, in place of the intellectual being who so lately rested there. Dante took the lamp, placed it on a projecting stone above the bed, whence its tremulous light fell with strange and fantastic ray on the distorted countenance and motionless, stiffened body. With steady gaze he awaited confidently the moment for administering the restorative. When he believed that the right moment had arrived, he took the knife, pried open the teeth, which offered less resistance than before, counted one after the other 12 drops, and watched. The phial contained perhaps twice as much more. He waited 10 minutes, a quarter of an hour, half an hour. No change took place. Trembling, his hair erect, his brow bathed with perspiration, he counted the seconds by the beating of his heart. Then he thought it was time to make the last trial, and he put the phial to the purple lips of Faria, and without having occasion to force open his jaws, which had remained extended, he poured the whole of the liquid down his throat. The draught produced a galvanic effect. A violent trembling pervaded the old man's limbs. He opened his eyes until it was fearful to gaze upon them. He heaved a sigh, which resembled a shriek, and then his convulsed body returned gradually to its former immobility, the eyes remaining open. Half an hour and a half elapsed, and during this period of anguish, Edmond leaned over his friend, his hand applied to his heart, and felt the body gradually grow cold, and the heart's pulsation become more and more deep and dull, until at length it stopped. The last movement of the heart ceased, the face became livid, the eyes remained open, but the eyeballs were glazed. Well, I think it's definitive. Faria is not coming back. Let's have a moment of silence for Faria. Again, not to be glib, but it did put in mind, with all of his talking as he was on the way out, one of those, kind of rules of thumbs of action films, horror films, where you can't count someone completely out. They haven't died unless they died on screen. And granted, this is a book, not a screen, even though I'm reading the book on my screen. I don't know how you can convey anything more about Faria being gone than the details that were given here, especially that last paragraph, which I'm not going to reread, but the imagery of Edmond leaning over his friend, holding his hand to his heart and feeling his heartbeat essentially come to a stop. And that despite the last gasp of the effects that the medicine had on him, after his heart ceased, his eyes remained open and his eyeballs were glazed. Like, I think the visual details, the experiential details here tell us, Faria's not coming back, folks. So Monte Cristo, forget not Monte Cristo. I don't know how Dante's going to take it. I don't know. This is the first thing that Dante has lost since losing everything and being put in prison. I will say Faria taught Dante a lot. Did he teach him emotional maturity? Did he teach him emotional intelligence and how to process things? Or is this only going to add fuel to the burning gasoline pyre that is his oath of revenge? And, I mean, no other point so far in this book, or my understanding of Dumas in general, does he ever even really flirt with the horror genre. I mean, because the horror genre wasn't a thing back then. I mean, Gothic literature was just coming into play, but the macabre. I mean, the way he describes Faria going out, like, doesn't pull any punches with the kind of ugly nature that this has. He heaved a sigh which resembled a shriek, after his body has been, violently trembling. Like, that is some hard stuff to try to visualize, and you kind of don't wanna. So, yeah, I think there is a kind of, I wouldn't say gritty reality to what Dumas is doing here. I mean, it is theatrical, but he's not pulling his punches, and that is, I think, he could have so romanticized this and, like, had him kind of pass away and pillowy dissolves and stuff like that, and it's like, no, this is the hard end to a character that Dante loves. And that is going to make whatever his reaction is hit all the harder. And I think that's all I want to say for today. So why don't we continue here tomorrow to see exactly how Dante is going to feel about this. I have a feeling it's not going to be good. I got that feeling. But there's only one way to find out, though. So join me here tomorrow. I'll see you then. Okay, goodbye. The Countdown of Monte Cristo is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. This show is produced, edited, and hosted by Landon Solano. The original text of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. Theme song by Magic Solo. If you want to support the show and others like it, visit patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.